Hi, welcome to DwD Dying of Dignity. I'm Mojo, aka Brandon here, and with me is Soul Grasper, aka Eric. We're here to talk about our PoE Ultimatum experience, and well, I guess more
The
of the
lack
lack
thereof.
thereof. Um, so the start, the shit launch day, like we have to talk about that. It was awful, the worst league start they've ever had, and that I don't want to
So
attribute.
bad.
I don't want to attribute that fucking with the rest of our league so far, because at this point it's so far off. But it was definitely not a good start. The servers were bad. They were giving priority queues to streamers. Ugh.
That's just a bad thing to do in general. I get
It
that.
left it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. I definitely get that GGG put money into bigger streamers, marketing, but I don't know, fix your servers. Don't let other people just bypass because, oh, we wanted to give you something to watch. No,
What a
no.
joke. And the people I wanted to watch ended up opting out of it anyway. So
Right?
yeah, it seems like a poor allocation of resources. And I guess I don't know. We don't know the back end, obviously, but in hindsight, it's like, damn, they screwed that one up bad. Um,
Guarantee you they do not do it again.
no, no way. Other than
Well,
that, though, like our league start itself was fine and lucky. Like Term got a tabula right off the bat. The face brickers were not brick.
yeah,
That was
like
crazy.
we had really good luck. If our league start wouldn't have just fallen apart due to the server instabilities, I think we would have. I think we would be enjoying the game more than as of right now.
Probably. Like we were set up for success if our RNG and the servers were just not having it. Oh,
But
I mean, I don't want to attribute that only to ultimately our group play failing though. Like we're just like the 3 different schedules we had to work with and whatnot, like, we just kind of we went into it raw, really.
yeah, it's funny because leading up to it, we're like, okay, this is our plan. This is what we're gonna do. This is our plan. And then it was, well, Layla started soccer. You graduated college. Term had the most free time. He took 6 days off work.
But he lost 2 of it to server issues.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm never going to try and do group play again, but this being the third league we've tried, not you particular, but me and Term, and I just don't think it's worth.
No, I feel like we've had much better success just doing our duo shit. And this game is, to be honest, it doesn't have a great multiplayer experience. Like, multiplayer is for cheesing mechanics and stuff and cheesing, loot
Loot
drops and
drops. Yeah.
rarity and quant. But we get by even if it's suboptimally. We enjoy it more. It feels more enjoyable.
I
So
definitely think if you have just a duo and you split the Atlas regions into, you have 4, I have 4, we'll get these watch zones, you get yours, and so forth. And you all just pick a zone, map together, and fucking call it a day.
just try and have fun, really. Speaking of not having fun though, why the back-to-back circle mechanics?
I
Like
don't fucking understand it.
I at the start I was saying Ultimatum was a better ritual, but now that I've gotten deeper into the maps, because I thought the rewards would scale up with the challenge, it's a
No,
worse ritual. It's so much worse
it
than
is.
ritual.
It really is. And I don't like the rewards for Ultimatum, in my opinion, are so bad. Like, yes, if you happen to get a trial master, you can get multiple exalts or
And kill
some
him.
shit like that and kill him. But doing a T16, not super juiced, but I think it was like 90% quant, and getting a, I think it was a T5 as a reward in like the fifth or sixth round of Ultimatum. And it was ridiculous.
It was that gold room I was telling you about prior to this, that it was in a T14, like, channel map or something like that. And my ultimatum it was on my 5th round was when I got offered the gold rim, and that was the most valuable thing in my fucking pot, and gold rims were only 2C.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm not saying Ultimatum is bad because bad loot, but
It
I,
just doesn't feel rewarding to, like, the danger it poses, like, a high yellow tier ultimatum feels as dangerous as, like, a T14 map, and it only gets worse from there, to be
yeah,
honest. And half of the mechanics they have you do are trash, like stone circles and, um, I in my opinion, stone circles in survival are the harder ones. The ones where you just have to fucking kill mobs, so easy.
agreed. Well, it's because the ones that you just have to survive, they get stronger as that time goes on, which I agree with. Makes sense.
Doesn't feel good.
You know what doesn't feel good? Proxy shields,
I haven't done a build
Soul
yet this
Eater.
league that's ignored proxy shields, and you can't just ignore Soul Eater. Yeah, fuck Soul Eaters,
It makes
and that mobs can spawn of corrupting blood in them too. Like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to pick out corrupting blood mobs from that densely packed circle. And speaking of, because it's another fucking circle mechanic, some maps it feels horrible on. Like the dungeon map we did, where it was in this tiny cell. That was
yeah, it's
awful.
so bad. I don't I don't know. I just hope that next league is nothing like this.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
I think what doesn't help us too, though, ultimately, the like build indecisiveness. I think part of that was because our dissatisfaction with the league mechanic, though. Like we've been flip flopping around builds to be like, oh, this feels good everywhere but ultimatums, or it feels good in ultimatums, but then doesn't feel good everywhere else. So it's
yeah,
like it's a whole different sphere of difficulty that feels like it breaks the core gameplay loop enough that none of the builds we traditionally like playing or any of the other mechanics like interacting with, Ultimatum doesn't play nice with. So we've been in this like in between state of
I
trying to
feel
find the
like
character that can do it all
I feel like the only builds that can do everything is your meta builds. So you got
and
Bladefall,
headhunter
Blade
users.
Blast, and Headhunter. You got Bladefall, Blade Blast, which I, I will admit it's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I got to kill Awakeners, so hey.
Yeah, I mean that's
I mean,
further
it
than
took
I've
me
gotten in this
forever.
league.
I mean, Archmage just as a build archetype seems a lot better than I thought it would. I will say that. But looking at like PoE Ninja, it's Cyclone. Granted, yes, you have multiple ways to play Cyclone, but it's a strong boss, sir, and it's a fucking circle mechanic. Hold right
And it's
click and win.
it's DPS that you can maintain on the move, which this mechanic, because it's so dangerous, demands of you. You can't stop killing mobs, but you can't stop moving your character to kill mobs because it is that unsafe.
Yeah.
So it just like plays in the cyclone perfectly.
Um, I'm just trying to think of the other builds that are doing well because you have Cyclone, you have Bladefall, Blade Blast. I really liked the trap characters we had.
They were just too squished for ultimatums.
Yeah,
Honestly, if ultimatums weren't as they are, like if rewind, this was Ritual League, which was by far a lot less hard than Ultimatum as a mechanic. I would have never left the trap character. It was just so much fun. It was just too squished for how rippy ultimatums are.
Do you think they were just too squish because of the nerfs to harvest?
No, I don't think it's necessarily because of the nerfs to harvest, but I will say overall, like the rebalance of core mechanics, I think really fucked this league too. Cause like I hate getting harvest now. I get it's still powerful. It's not powerful for me. I use it to reroll clusters, and that's what I've sold this league basically.
Yeah. It I
A bit,
I
a
agree that
bit tools have
harvest
felt better though.
was, yeah. I do agree that harvest was really strong. In in the right hands right now, it's still as strong. But we don't know what the fuck we're doing. I mean, yeah,
We
we could watch videos. We could look at all this how to craft, X, Y, and Z.
Well, they also added a big cost to it too. Like usually now you need to do more meta crafts, which cost exalt. So they like
Yeah.
raised the bar or the barrier to entry really for harvest to be good.
So it was just like, oh hey, you made a decent amount of money last league. Well, guess what? You can't even metacraft because you just don't have the currency. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying like this, like you could farm essences and make decent money. You could have farmed blight in heist
in Arthane.
in Arthane and made money. You could have done, there's another one. Oh fuck. In Hamlet, you could have done ritual in June or harvest for clusters. But I don't know. It's nice that those options were there, but with the lack of map drops, it sucked.
That's something also too I hadn't really thought about until this league because they refreshed the Atlas last league, and that was new and cool. And I think that honestly did play into a big part of why Ritual was so good. But now that we have to do it all over again with a league mechanic that is, I think, ultimately inferior, uh, it doesn't. It feels super grindy, and with the nerfed Atlas passives too, that it's just like I feel like I'm getting like trickle drip fed these sort of like tiny, almost ignorable rewards from progressing my Atlas. I'm just
Yeah,
not interested. Like the most powerful one was a guaranteed essence, and essence are of a higher tier. Like that has been the best feeling thing right now
I would have liked to
in
see
all its
them
passive.
move everything around. Not even like separate them. They could have moved the whole fucking wheel, left the wheel the same, and just moved them around. But instead, it's the same passives. Some of them changed because they added ritual. They nerfed the Harbinger. There was multiple changes to the Atlas passive tree, but it's in the same spot. And they didn't even move around maps. So it's literally the same Atlas that we had last league,
Just weaker.
just weaker, with a
Oh
weaker league mechanic.
man. I mean, all of these things kind of come into that we're just gonna take a break, to be honest, see if that helps refresh our interest.
It just
I
sucks
mean,
because we went from really hyped for Outriders, and then that just is dead, basically.
I'm so done with looter shooters.
And then we got really hyped. I liked the trailer announcement. I liked seeing all the changes to the past league. and this one just fell flat. I might come back in about a month, get my portal.
Yeah. I might do the occasional map every now and then, but like, uh,
It's not going to be an everyday thing for me.
no. Which brings us to our poor channel here. We were so ready to dive hard into some of these things to create content for, and they just fell flat on their face. So we're gonna have to kind of
Play it
reassess
by ear.
yeah, reassess our strategy a little bit. I think, like I was spitballing to you earlier before, that I think it'd be neat to do some strategy game like mini tutorials, like in Battle Brothers. Be like, here's how I take this fight encounter, or against these mobs, I use this sort of core, you know, strategy philosophy, etc.
Oh, yeah.
And then just get a fucking let's play going on something for you and me, like whether it be Terraria or if it's Hero Siege or Last Epoch, if they throw in multiplayer shit like that, like
Yo,
just
if,
something
oh, if Last Epoch had multiplayer right now, oh,
that would have been
we wouldn't be making
no,
this video. We'd just be posting
yeah,
content for Last Epoch.
but yeah, I think we just find games we're interested in and then start making content about them. I think that's what it kind of comes down to, because it seems like everything we try to plan around has just backfired completely. We
100%.
So I think that's just gonna come down to it. We're gonna have to try and play it by ear. We've got some ideas kicking around. Let's see what we can spit out. I know you're going away on a little mini vacation
Yeah.
Thursday, so
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So I'll try and get some content out there. I'll get some stream content and whatnot. I might see how much space it takes up, do some recordings, but we'll see. But otherwise, break from path. New
Sadly.
content to come soon, TM, while we kind of figure it out.
For
I think that
sure.
I think that does it for us. Thanks for listening to us rant on about our poor
Shitty
gaming experiences.
experiences.
Yeah. It hurt.
Oh, it's so bad.
All right. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit us up. We'll be bringing out more content for you guys. Peace for now.
Bye bye.